Welcome to Sports Gems, where we make collecting fun. My name is Carter Bryant, and you guys, thank you so much for all the support on our first Yankees video.
You have 14 people. 14 people watched.
Mom, really? It was more like 60, okay? But for real, however many people watched it, that doesn't matter. Some of you watched. How about Mom actually killing it on the Yogi Berra trivia? If you want to play that, plus see all the Yankee bobbleheads in the first video, click this gray thingy right here, or you can find it in the link below. I'm fired up. I have never been more fired up to share this #1 bobblehead. It is none other than Don Zimmer, a.k.a. Joe Torre's right-hand man, a.k.a. Popeye, a.k.a. Zim, the Gerbil, El Soldadito. This bobblehead means so much to me because I feel this person is not respected enough for what he did for the game of baseball. So you're probably wondering, why on earth is this Don Zimmer bobblehead standing on top of a box of pork chops? Well, in this cardboard is a collection of Stadium Yankee bobbleheads that one of you guys sent to me after last week's video, and I thought that there would never be a bobblehead that is better than the Army helmet Don Zimmer from Forever Collection, aka FOCO USA. Shout out to them. But believe it or not, there is a bobble that I think is better than this one. I'm going to show it to you a little bit later in the video, and I'm going to let you decide which one is better. Also, of course, we're going to give some of these bad boys out. Let's go! But for right now, this is going to turn into a Don Zimmer appreciation piece. Why? Well, on Sports Gems, I want to investigate some of the most legendary sporting figures that don't get enough recognition. Well, I believe Don Zimmer not only made baseball better, he saved hundreds, if not thousands, of lives. But first, we got to talk about the accident. When Don Zimmer decided it was going to be a great idea to leave his spot as a bench coach and charge an athlete in his prime, and you know who that is, Pedro Martinez. And the result of that, well, Pedro Martinez slammed the 70-year-old man to the turf by his skull. You have to remember, the last true great rivalry we had in professional sports was the Yankees and Red Sox during that era. We had two legit fan bases that hated each other so much that you would slam someone that qualifies for AARP all the way to the Earth's core. I mean, it was a slam. It was a wham. It was violent, and it was great. It was truly great. Could you imagine if social media was around during that moment in time? So why did Don Zimmer decide to put this Army helmet on? Well, it's because Chuck Knobloch smoked a foul ball and it hit Zimmer right in the noggin. And of course, we joke about it now. You see this jovial photo. Look at that smile. Just look at it. This is how that helped save lives. Let's turn this thing around real quick. And as you can see, that's a fence. It is indeed a Little League fence. Now, why is that important? It is true that a lot of Little League ballparks already had protective fencing, but it made it the norm everywhere that fencing is in front of every dugout. But what about the mystery box of pork chops? We all want to know what's in this box, correct? Does it even have pork chops or bobbleheads in them? I didn't know what to expect. I had no idea what was in it. And then, of course, we did have New York Yankee Bobbles. Look at that. Here, let's take a closer look. Look at that. I mean, just I nearly cried. I was so happy when I saw these. Let's just pull a random one out here. Let's do this one. Would you look at that? A Jacoby Ellsbury, of course, the most famous Yankee outfielder of all time. So I've already opened all these, and let's take a look. Let's go. Mark Teixeira, Mashiro Tanaka, Jacoby Ellsbury, Dylan Betances, Gary Sanchez, Whitey Ford, Aroldis Chapman, David Wells, Ron Guidry, CC Sabathia, Brett Gardner, Giancarlo Stanton, David Cone, and this one's so cool, the World Series replica trophy from the greatest team of all time, the '98 Yankees. First thing is that these bobbleheads were all given out at New York Yankee games, all sponsored by AT&T. You actually have to go to the bottom of the bobble to see the company that makes them. Alexander Global Promotions in Bellevue, Washington. But now I reveal my new #1 Yankee bobblehead, Lou Gehrig, from his famous July 4th speech, 1939. Look at this thing. This is everything you want in a bobblehead. It represents a moment in time when he gave the greatest speech we've probably ever seen in the sport of baseball.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
And just looking at this piece gives me chills. This bobblehead was given out on the 75th anniversary of that famous speech. Lou Gehrig, who was the All-American, handsome, crazy talented Yankees legend, was brought down by a dreaded disease, which has since been named after him. I'm kind of panicking right now. Kind of got scared. I thought I'd left it at the ball field for a second. One of the cool things, first off, about this set, it actually came with the packaging and the styrofoam. I love sports memorabilia that represent a moment in time. There are only 2 other bobbles in this set that actually represents one moment, and it's David Wells and David Cone after their perfect game. The box also shows the perfect game statistics on the back of it. Before I move any further, it is time for me to reveal the mystery sender. It is none other than my father. Yes, you learned about him in our last episode when he took me to Yankee Stadium back in 2005, and he himself is the greatest sports collector I have ever met. And honestly, all my greatest sports moments have been with him. So to share this Yankee bobblehead collection with not only you, but him, is really special to both of us. So now, we're gonna let you decide. Which bobblehead do you think is better? Type LG for Lou Gehrig, type DZ for Don Zimmer in the comment section below. And if you subscribe and like, guess what? I'm giving out some of these bobbleheads. I actually have an unopened Andy Pettitte that I want to give out. Shout out to Steven. He won a Tino Martinez from our first Yankees video. And guess what? We still have some bobbles to give out from that one. And we mentioned this earlier. We had the Yogi Berra trivia. We still have that Yogi to give out. If you want to play the game and see all the other bobbleheads, once again, the link to the first video and the Tiger Woods video is below. And of course, every week we highlight your gems. If you want to be a part of it, just hit us up. This is from Johnny in Birmingham, Stockton, Aaron, and this Pistol Pete. I'm sorry, Johnny. You're gonna have to send me this Pistol Pete. Our next video, we Funko. Have you guys ever actually opened a Funko Pop? I haven't. I heard they're vinyl and very cool. They're also very affordable. And that was actually, let me show you, Virgil van Dijk from the championship Liverpool soccer team. Go Reds. I might not open this championship Drew Brees, but we have Zion and of course the mayor of Flavortown. Yes, sir, Guy Fieri. Does anyone remember Headliners? Yes, this is one of my favorites, is Sammy Sosa. So, are the Funko Pops the new Headliners? We'll take a look at that. So, make sure you don't miss out on that. It's Sports Gyms, baby. Bobble! Let's run the bases. Let's go! By the way, second base is as far as I've ever gotten. Anyway, let's go. Hold! Woo! Let's go!